Jin speaks out. Here's why Suga hasn't been seen lately. Armies are crying. The silence that has enveloped Suga's name has finally been broken. The Korean entertainment world is once again shaken after Jin, one of the oldest members of BTS, surprisingly spoke up about why Suga has been so rarely seen in various public appearances lately. The big question that has long hung in the minds of armies has finally found some light, but it only makes the atmosphere more emotional. What exactly did Jin reveal, and why did this statement make so many fans cry? For the past few months, Suga's absence from the public spotlight has sparked various speculations. From rumors of health problems to issues of involvement in secret personal projects, news about his whereabouts continues to be a hot topic of discussion. However, Big Hit, as the agency where BTS is housed, remains silent, leaving many wondering. Until finally, Jin, who is known to always be careful in giving comments, made a surprising statement that made the atmosphere uncontrollable. In a brief interview, Jin mentioned that the reason Suga is not seen is not something to be taken lightly. He emphasized that what happened involved major decisions, both personally and professionally. There is a strong reason why Suga doesn't appear much. It's not because he wants to stay away from fans, but because there is something bigger that he has to deal with first, Jin said in a serious tone. The statement immediately grabbed the attention of international media, triggering various emotional reactions from armies around the world. Jin's words not only confirmed that there was something hidden behind Suga's absence, but also left an empty space full of question marks. Is this related to his health condition? Is it related to a secret music project being prepared? Or is there personal pressure that makes Suga choose to step back from the glittering stage for a moment? Until now, there is no definite answer. However, Jin's firmness in conveying it made many fans feel that the reason was too heavy to be revealed openly. Interestingly, Jin didn't stop there. He also conveyed a special message to armies. According to him, fans need to understand that not everything can be opened to the public directly. I know armies miss him. I know many are wondering, but believe me, he is not leaving you. He is preparing something, and when the time comes, you will understand everything, said Jin, his voice trembling. The sentence immediately flooded social media timelines with virtual tears from armies, with thousands of comments full of emotion, prayers, and curiosity. Armies' reactions varied. Some tried to be strong by considering this a good sign, that Suga might be preparing a great work that will shake the music world. However, some couldn't hold back their emotions, worried that the real reason was much sadder. The keywords Suga, Jin speaks, and army cries even immediately became trending on various platforms, showing how much influence the short sentence uttered by Jin had. If examined more deeply, Jin's attitude of choosing to reveal part of the truth without giving complete details can be seen as a form of protection. BTS has been known as a group that maintains a balance between personal and professional life. Perhaps what Suga is facing is something that requires more privacy than usual. And the fact that Jin dared to speak, albeit with caution, indicates how serious this situation is. Fans around the world are now at a crossroads between longing, worry, and hope. Will Suga return soon with good news? Or will he still have to go through a difficult time that keeps him absent longer? No one knows. However, one thing is clear. Jin's statement has confirmed that Suga has not disappeared without a trace, but is in an important phase that determines his next steps. For armies, Jin's words are both comfort and an emotional blow. Comfort, because they know Suga is still thinking of his fans and hasn't really disappeared. A blow, because the mystery that still surrounds this situation only adds to the burden of longing that is difficult to bear. Many fans admitted to crying after hearing Jin's words, feeling that BTS was again showing its fragile but real human side. Now, the world is waiting. Every move of BTS, every word of the members, even every social media post becomes material for analysis. Everyone hopes that in the near future, Suga will reappear, either with a new work, an official explanation, or just a smile that has been longed for. Until that time comes, Jin's statement will continue to echo as one of the most emotional moments that unites armies in prayer, hope, and tears. Jin's statement does seem to open a veil of mystery, but a big question arises. Is all of this really real? Or are we being presented with a narrative that is crafted in such a way as to stir public emotion? Doesn't the global entertainment industry often take advantage of sensational moments like this to maintain fan attention? This is the point where we as viewers and fans need to stop for a moment, reflect, and ask honestly, are the tears we shed really born from facts, or just the result of a clever communication strategy? The emotional reaction of armies in various parts of the world certainly cannot be underestimated. The tears, prayers, and hopes that flood social media timelines are real evidence of how deep the emotional bond between BTS and fans is. However, let's reflect for a moment. How far do we know the truth behind Jin's statement? Can social media such as TikTok, YouTube, and Twitter, which are the main sources of information, be used as benchmarks for accuracy? Or do these platforms often reinforce dramatic narratives without providing adequate clarification? It is important to remember that the information we consume today is not always pure fact. Often, it is mixed with interpretations, opinions, and even manipulation. So, the question we must ask is, are we willing to be just passive consumers who are swept away by the emotional current? Or dare to take a critical stance by questioning what the real motive is behind this news? Let's think more deeply. If it is true that Suga is facing something big, why is the agency still choosing to remain silent? Is it because the problem is too personal? Or is silence part of a strategy to create prolonged curiosity? Don't we need to be aware that lack of information is often more effective in triggering speculation than open explanations? Furthermore, can Jin's own confession be considered a form of absolute truth? Or is it just a piece of information that is deliberately released to keep the fire of attention burning? Why didn't he clearly mention what actually happened? Is that limitation of information a way to protect Suga, or is it a way to maintain a dramatic narrative that keeps the public wondering? The fact that social media quickly raised this topic to trending shows how strong BTS's influence is in the digital age. However, behind all of that, are we aware that trending topics are not always identical to the truth? Often, what is viral is just a representation of emotional reactions, not verification of facts. Are we ready to accept the possibility that this news could be deliberately exaggerated to keep BTS's name at the top of the global conversation? On the other hand, we also cannot close our eyes to the fact that BTS, and especially Suga, have a history of journeys full of challenges, both in terms of health and career. Isn't it possible that what Jin revealed was born from genuine concern, not engineering? If so, aren't we wrong when we doubt that sincerity? Or is our critical attitude a healthy form of concern so as not to be easily deceived by sensation? These are the questions that should accompany our every reaction. Don't just cry, don't just cheer, but let's ask, does this information lead us to the truth, or does it only make us more lost in a maze of rumors? Are we living a reality, or just a drama that is neatly designed to shake our hearts? In the fast-paced world of entertainment, skepticism does not mean not caring. On the contrary, it is proof that we care about the authenticity and integrity of information. When we ask, we challenge the media and the entertainment industry to be more transparent. When we doubt, we are not weakening the artists we love, but strengthening the foundation of trust by wanting pure truth. Therefore, to the viewers and armies around the world, we want to invite you, don't stop at emotions. Continue with reflection.